I want you to think about everything that you spent your time doing in your 20s. You spent time hanging out with friends. You spent time drinking and partying. You spent time bullshitting your time away chasing women, right? And how has that made you feel? Looking back on your 20s, how do you feel right now about the last 10 years, all right? So you need to realize that whatever you spent time doing in your 20s, you need to make a promise to yourself, you know what? I'm gonna do things differently in my 30s because I already tried that shit for 10 years and it hasn't worked out. It hasn't led me to anywhere good. You see, I got to a point in my life, bro, when I was unhappy. I was feeling lost. I was single on top of that, right? And I made a promise to myself. I told myself, look, the last 10 years, I spent my life chasing ass, wasting my time on women, going to the clubs, partying, drinking, bullshitting my time away. And the main reason was I was wasting it with women and just doing shit that never did anything for me. And I made a promise to myself. I said, you know what? The last 10 years, I spent my time doing this. The next 10 years of my life, I'm gonna spend my life doing something different. Because I already tried doing all that and it hasn't worked out. It's led me to feeling depressed. It's led me to feeling unhappy and lost in life. So that didn't work out. If I wanna change my life, I'm gonna have to do something differently now. So I already tried that. I'm gonna do something different for the next 10 years, right? So that's the first thing you need to understand. You need to make a list of everything you've been doing the last 10 years, bro. What did you do in your 20s? For me, I wasted my time with women, bro. Relationship to relationship, wasting time, wasting money, wasting energy in relationships. And at the end of the day, that didn't serve me. That didn't help me. I didn't make the world better. I didn't make my life better. I was chasing validation, which we're gonna talk about later, all right? So whatever you've done the last 10 years in your 20s, you need to promise yourself, you know what? I'm gonna do shit differently in my 30s. I'm gonna do shit differently for 10 years and try it out. What have I got to lose? Absolutely nothing. Because I already tried doing it that way and it hasn't done anything for me, right? So if you're single and you're in your 30s, are you single because by choice or are you single because you're struggling with women? You see, if you're in your 30s and you're struggling with women, that's simply a symptom of a bigger problem. Because the truth is, if you were a developed man, a man of character, of self-respect, of discipline, a man who took care of himself, you would not be struggling with women in your 30s, all right? You would have set yourself up to be in a position where you would have an easier time with women, right? So if you're single in your 30s, it's a symptom of a bigger problem, right? If you're single by choice, it's not. If you're single by choice and you have the options and you choose to be single, then this is not for you, right? But if you're single because you're having struggles with women, bro, all right? I'm here to tell you that that's a symptom of a bigger problem. And that problem is you have not been working on yourself. Because I guarantee if you've been working on yourself, elevating your physique, working on your health, elevating your life, you would have an easy time with women, right? It's something that flows. It's something that just naturally happens, right? So if you're having a hard time with women, this is time to take a step back. I guarantee you, you're not lean. I guarantee you, your health is not in check. I guarantee you, your body is not on point. And that's something that you're gonna need to work on because the truth is, bro, look, if you've been putting this off for the last 10 years in your 20s, you're probably looking for external validation elsewhere. And let me explain. The truth is, bro, when you are not proud of who you are as a man, as a person, when you're not proud of yourself, you start to look for things outside of yourself to make you happy. That's when you start going drinking. That's when you start looking for drugs. That's when you start looking for relationship to relationship, chasing after women, because what you're seeking is validation. Because you don't validate yourself. You don't approve of yourself because you're not proud of who the fuck you are. And so you've put off this journey of making yourself proud in your 20s, and you've looked for external validation, leading nowhere good. And so your job right now is to start building a man that you're proud of, right? Which means taking care of your health. If you're fat and overweight, I guarantee you're not proud of who you are. If you're not proud of the way you look, you're not proud of who you are. And if you're not proud of who you are, and you're not proud of the way you look, and you don't look good, yeah, you're gonna have problems with women. Because if you don't look good, and you lack confidence, you're not gonna be able to get women, right? Women are a natural result of looking good and having confidence, right? So that's one of the first things you're gonna wanna do, is you're gonna wanna get your health in check, get your body in check. There's a lot of videos on this channel about how to do that, right? We're not gonna go into that. But that should be one of your main goals now that you're in your 30s. You know what? I'm gonna get my health in check. I'm gonna look my best. I'm gonna look as best as I possibly can, and I'm gonna build someone that I'm proud of. And when you start doing that, when you start taking the daily actions to put in the work, to build discipline, to become a man of character, of habits, you start feeling proud of who you are to the point where you don't need to really chase or feel the need to have that external validation, right? That's when you're gonna start raising your standards with the women that you're trying to meet. Because now that you're not chasing validation, now that you don't need that validation, you're gonna be more selective. You know what, that woman, low quality, I don't need her. I'm good with myself because I'm confident and proud of who I am, right? That's the point that I'm at now, where, you know what, I don't need a woman to feel good about myself because I'm happy and proud of who the fuck I am. So if I'm talking to a woman and I see some red flags, I see that she's not really a good person, I let that shit go right away, bro. Because I'm not needy, I'm not attached, I'm detached, I'm not needy, which in turn allows more women to actually be attracted to me, right? So you're gonna attract more women, you're gonna make better dating and relationship decisions because you're not looking for validation, because you're validating yourself by making yourself proud. All right, that's one of the first things. So you're gonna wanna take your health seriously. Point number one. Point number two, your job and your career goals. What have you done in your 20s with your job and your career goals? Are you happy working where you're at now? Have you gotten a promotion? Have you even set any goals to begin with? Okay? If you're not happy with your career, with your job, ask yourself why. Is it because you haven't gotten a promotion? Do you even want a promotion? Is it because you hate your job? So if you hate your job, you're never gonna be proud of who you are. So you're gonna need to make some goals, all right? Do you wanna work for yourself? Do you want a promotion? What do you want? Ask yourself, what do you want? A big portion of this, right? A big problem with feeling lost, the solution is self-awareness. Not everybody wants the same thing. For me, I couldn't work a 9 to 5. I didn't want that. I felt like I was always meant to do more, to be more. I felt like I was just always meant to help people, right? So that's why I'm doing what I do now. So you need to be self-aware and ask yourself these questions. You know what? What kind of job do I want? Do I just want a promotion? Is that gonna make me feel better? Is that gonna make me feel like I have purpose? Do I wanna change careers? What career do I wanna work in, right? So apart from your health goals, you're gonna need to ask yourself these questions about your career and your job, okay? The third component that you're gonna wanna figure out is relationships, okay? We kind of touched on it in point number one, but this also comes into play when we talk about friendships, family, and also romantic relationships, right? I want you to analyze your relationships in your life right now. Which relationships are bringing you value and which relationships are bringing you meaning? Or are the relationships that you have, or the friendships that you have in your life right now, let's just go out to drink, right? Is the relationship that you have right now, is she disrespecting you all the time? Is she taking your time away? Is she not adding value to your life, right? Because the truth is, if you keep bringing those relationships into your life, you're gonna feel the exact same way in your 30s and in your 40s because it's the exact same thing that you've been doing in your 20s and you haven't done anything to change. Remember we said, whatever you've been doing in your 20s, you need to do the opposite. You need to change it, bro, right? I made a commitment. I was like, bro, I've done it this way for 10 years and I hate my life. I'm gonna do shit differently. I'm gonna try it out for 10 years, right? So you're gonna need to audit your relationships apart from your career and apart from taking your health seriously, right? And then the last thing that you're gonna wanna audit is your mindset, bro. Where is your mindset at? What kind of self-talk, what kind of things are going on in your head? Are you always down on yourself? Are you always negative? Are you always with negative self-talk? Are you always with low frequency? Are you always just up in your head, socially anxious? What are your inner battles that you're struggling with, right? That determines a lot. It determines a lot, right? You're in your 30s right now and you're feeling lost in life. What are the internal conversations that you're having? Are you always putting yourself down? Are you always being negative? That is something that you're gonna wanna change, right? And the best way to change your mindset is through reading because you're gaining awareness of a new reality, right? When I started reading to go to war with myself, I talk about this all the time. I went reading because I wanted to go to war with myself. What does that mean? I wanted to go to war with the inner thoughts that I was having. I wanted to let go of those limiting beliefs, of that negative mindset. I didn't even know what was possible. I didn't even know what a positive mindset meant. I didn't even know what changing my identity meant. When I started reading Napoleon Hill and guys like this, right? I started to realize that, bro, our minds are so powerful. They determine our reality, right? And so when you start reading, you start to gain new awareness, new ideas that allow you to start growing your mindset into a positive mindset, into a mindset that actually serves you in life to accomplish the things that you want. And that's how you change your life, is really through your mindset, right? So I hope that gained you some perspective, bro. I'm simply talking about the things that I changed in my life, right? Which was, I started focusing on my health, right? I started setting some new career goals, right? I started auditing my relationships, taking inventory of which ones were serving me, which one were not, and being careful of the new relationships that I allowed into my life. And then lastly, I went to war with my mindset. I gained a new mindset. I changed my mindset. And once I did that, I changed my life, right? That decision I made about 1.5 years ago, and things have been great. For those of you guys that don't know, I literally quit my 9 to 5. I literally help people for a living. I'm literally living anywhere that I want in the world. And I'm living my dream life every single day because I did these 4 things. I decided, you know what? I've done these things for 10 years. I'm gonna do shit differently. And it worked out great for me. So I hope you guys gained something of value, all right? Hit the like button. Southpaw Huncho checking out. Peace.